Okay, I said I was going to film an attempt to remove this hub, but have not been lucky with this 15-ton puller here. I was trying to access the washers there, those welded washers, but this thing is so big that it wasn't able to reach the washers. So there was only one way to grab it, and that's by the rim edge. So I started with the top one, and then that didn't work. I messed up the rim, and now I got this. So I cut half of the rim, and now I'm grabbing it from the bottom. This thing is not budging. It is solid there. I'm almost thinking that if it's not, if the metal has not, welded to itself, from rust, I'm thinking maybe this is maybe maybe this was threaded kind of halfway, and that's why this will never come out if it's threaded. If the hub itself has threads and it's threaded in there, I don't think they would be silly. The makers of these things, that the ones that designed the hubs and the axles, to do that. But it's just a thought, because this thing is not giving. So if this, I'm going to leave this overnight. It's under tension, and I also got this DW40 penetrating oil, or fast-acting penetrating lubricant. So I got it lubricated as good as I can get it. And if this doesn't really budge, in a couple more days, then I'm just going to cut it right in the middle there and just remove the hub, and that'll give me a good idea of how this was sealed, with the shaft. At least I can save the shaft. Hopefully, once I get this out, I'll be able to pound the shaft, with a block of wood from the top, and that will give these bearings. Hopefully, these will give in. There's a plastic here that's loose here. I was able to get this bearing right here. That is loose right here, nice, and even the ball bearing is loose from the shaft, as well as this right here. So I'm hoping that once I remove this, at least one of these hubs, it's going to cost me, I don't know, hubs are like $25, $30, $40. So I think, it's, I'll never do this again. That's for sure. I will not get into this. If I had known I was going to run into this much trouble here, I ended up buying this puller after trying to cancel another one that I bought for a little bit less money than this one, but it was going to take longer, so I decided to cancel that one and order this one, which was about $100. The other one was $75. Same thing, 15-ton jacks. These things are hefty, very hefty. And even with that, I could crank it a little more, but I don't want to risk having this snap. If it snaps, that's all it'll happen. Just snap, and the tool will fall to the side. But I cranked it as far as I think it's safe to crank it. The 15-ton jack, wow. And so I think just the last resource is to just cut it. There were people that were telling me, just cut it. You're going to have to either cut the shaft or cut the hubs. So I should have listened to them, but I needed to find these things out for myself, and I needed to find out, what kind of power these tools have. So it's not a loss. I'm investing a little money here, but I'm also getting a lot of information and knowledge, by doing this. There's no better information or education than hands-on experience. You get in it, you work it, you take it apart, you see how it works. If you're able to put it back together, that's not lost in expenses, especially if you spend a little money in tools and things that'll help you get there, get to that type of information. So this is where I'm at. I was really hoping that this would do the trick in a couple cranks, but it's not going anywhere. So I'm not going to touch the other wheel. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to cut this, and hopefully I'll be able to bang this a shaft, through that ball bearing right there. If it clears that one, it'll clear the rest, and then I'll worry about that other hub. If I don't have to take it out, I won't take it out. This taking out the tire from the hub was a little. It's effort that you have to be willing to do. There was another video that I saw a guy doing it with 2 screwdrivers. He said, I just use 2 screwdrivers, and basically that's what I did. I use a pry bar, this kind of pry bar right here, and I just, once you get the bead out, on one side, and then you do the other side, and then that's not too bad. You just got to put a little muscle into it, which is kind of good also, because it keeps you fit. So from that standpoint, I think I put some muscle in my bicep there. I'm 65 years old, so I think it's done me a little good there. Not really muscular, but working on these things, it really takes a lot of energy, and I think it keeps you fit. Keeps you somewhat active. I don't run, I don't do heavy lifting, but working on these things, wow. But hopefully, but I'm almost there. I mean, sorry this video is taking long, but I just want to capture all these things that my mind is just racing with things to say here. But sometimes I have too many things to say, and I don't say it fast enough, or I get lost in translation there. But yeah, once I get this out, my next thing is going to be to sandblast this. I do have this. This is another thing that I ran into some issues, because this was in my shop, and it was nice and cozy in one of my garages until I decided to pull it out to make room for some other machines that I had. And because I wasn't using this, and now that I need it, I did use the hammer, the pneumatic hammer. So as you can see that, it used to be a chisel, and then I kind of made it a pointy. And even with this thing right here banging it would not budge with a lot of vibration. But I did have to also fix my regulator here. I had to take it apart and fix the diaphragm, the valve. The little the top portion of the valve broke. The plastic part that has the O-ring. So I watched the video. This guy, I think he put a bolt in a couple washers. In that seal, that provided that seal where that part that broke, part of that plastic part that rises up and down to regulate the air pressure on the upward side. So I actually used JB Weld and was hoping that would hold. That did not hold. When I put this, at about 30 pounds, it popped. So I took it apart again, and then I went and did that mod or fix, with the 2 washers and a bolt. Just a 632 by half inch, and I used a nut to make it a little bit longer at the bottom, and then I put a locking nut at the top with 2 washers that fit perfectly there. But I also, what that other gent didn't do, I did it on mine. I added I also added a rubber just a rubber washer in between the 2 metal washers, so it would create a seal. What that other gent did is he epoxied, the whole thing around. I don't think that would last, because it's the same thing with JB Weld, so that's probably going to crack under pressure there. So the two nuts with the bolt, with the 632 bolt, right in between that part, that the piston that rides up and down, compressed with a rubber washer, that actually did it, and it sealed it really good. So I'm glad I watched that video. I mean, I watched a lot of videos on how to fix this, because that's another expense. I mean, I was willing to buy one, but I like getting into things and fixing and knowing. So that's another thing that now I know how that works. I mean, I had an idea how that works, but now I know exactly how the parts work, and it's an easy fix, that you can do at home if you're willing to take things apart and put a little elbow grease into it. So that's fixed. Because I live in Arizona and this has been outside, even though with the rain, I don't think this is at any risk. God forbid something happens, to these things. They're talking about, this triggers at 110 is what this air relief valve is designed for. I just looked it up a little while ago, and it says at 110, so at 110. But I'm not nowhere near running this at not even at 90 psi. The most I went is 75 psi with my hammer. Maybe that wasn't strong enough for my for vibrating the thing, but that's as far as I go. But I'm going to be using this compressor with my. I have another little tank that I bought from Harbor Freight. It's a sandblasting tank. It's got the sand in there, and it's got a couple levers, and you're supposed to connect your compressor to that. So I'm going to be using that to sandblast this. I may even use my pressure washer. Kind of I have seen some adapters that use sand and water, so I think that's kind of clever because you're not breathing, the dust. Because when you start sandblasting this, I did that one time a long time ago, and I was wearing the full suit and the helmet and the mask, everything, and man, that powder gets all over the place. So, but I did it outside, and you can see I am working outside here in this little area. That hopefully this will be concrete with a little more time. I do have a poster for my continuation of this roof here, so and temporary makeshift curtain there to block some of the sun because it's been getting so hot here. 110, 115 degree weather. It's not weather that you want to be working outside for very long. But I've been cranking little at a time here, and just working on this. This has eaten a lot of my time. I mean, I could be doing construction here, finishing my roof, finishing this area here. Removing the sand and leveling this so that we can put concrete here. So it's been eating a lot of time, but I'm getting there. Once that's cut, I'll do another video, and then we'll take it from there. So yeah, if anybody's is looking at this, I was really hoping that this would be an easy pull. I mean, it should be if it's not seized as bad as my cart is seized. I don't think they took these wheels, whoever owned this, and they probably had a few owners before it got to my hands. If this was made in the year 2019 or prior to 2000, these wheels never came out, and they even the tires look original. There's a possibility that this will, it's not going to come out. Even with tools like this. So it's something to consider for anybody that's buying a used car. I didn't think about those things. It's like okay, you figure nuts and bolts, real easy, to take out, and nope, not when it comes to these things. So it's a lesson well learned, and hopefully this video, even though it's not yet a success, with these tools, it gives an insight, into what you should be considering, if you're getting into something like this. If you want to take it completely apart to, it's not what I'm doing. I do it to restore the car, to sandblast it and paint it. So it is what it is, and I'm sorry that this did not work out, or maybe I don't have too many viewers on my channels or on my videos, but for the few people that may have been interested in seeing this as a success, I'm sorry about that. So anyway, this is Mario once again signing out, and stay tuned.